How are we, guys? What's good? What's good? I like what we're doing here, Jock. I like it a lot, mate. You have gone with the "Did you know I'm Scottish" entrance. I think this is 3 or 4 times in a row that you've gone with that, which means you're trying to get the first in best dressed award and the one-liner award for 2026. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to go home with 2 awards next year. Very clever, Jockathan. I like it. How are you, Justin Kennedy? Good to see you, man. I hope that you're well. What's up, Combat Catholic? How are you, brother? Blessings beeth unto you. What's up, Nacho? How are you, man? Kitty Scorner. That's just disgusting. Where is the shirt at? Put it on. Muted? No, I'm not muted. No, everything's live. I can see the AUX going. Love you, Bobby Mays. You're the best, Bobby Mays. What a legend you are, Bobby Mays. It's bloody hot today. It's going to be muggy. It's going to be rainy, thunderstormy, and still might get up to 40 degrees. Where did the audio go? The audio should be here. Let me have a listen. Why is there no audio? I bet the chat is just playing with me. I bet it's just a joke and we're wasting time and I'm trying to get rage baited nice and early. Yep, I can hear the audio. It is just you, Combat Catholic. He's found the "Where is the shirt at?" He has found his own "Where is the shirt at?" Eric isn't here, so someone else has to feel his shoes. I know. Where is Eric? He's probably on holiday. How are you, Pablo? Good to see you, man. It's not muted. It's just Combat Catholic trolling me. That's okay. That's what happens when you're on the internet. People try and troll you non-stop. Read Eric's comment. Eric isn't here, but it's good to see everyone. How is everyone? I've got a video recorded. There'll be a video coming out after the stream. We've got some funny things to look at. Someone got through the door. Someone did. Sorry, I had to reset my app. You're all good, Combat Catholic. Don't worry about it. All good, brother. No stress, brother. No harm, no foul, man. No harm, no foul. Whatever was behind that door finally emerged and nibbled his neck. Oh, yes, someone got through the door. Eric's door. I get what you're saying, Justin Kennedy. I'm here now. Someone got through Eric's door and he's been booted off the base and now he doesn't have internet anymore. How are you, random person? Good to see you. How are you, man? I'm about to make tacos. Awesome, dude. Delicious. I had a great chicken salad before I started the stream. Been to the gym, recorded the video, gave the house a good clean. A good, solid clean. The house really needed a fucking proper clean. And chat, there was dolphins this morning. A huge pod of dolphins this morning. So close to the beach. It was glorious. So I've had a great morning, and I've got a great video ready for you guys after this. Eric has been guarding Dougie's repressed home. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. There's no need for that, Nacho.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
I should have made the "Why are you broke" meme. You're broke! I've got to bring in the broke. Dolphins chat, fucking dolphins chat. Heaps of dolphins. It was really, really awesome. But we got some funny things to look at. Firstly, Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is the first thing that we're going to look at. Where is my Michael Chandler shit? The odds are higher than they've ever been for old Michael Chandler. The odds are higher than they've ever been for this fight actually happening. Now, do you want to know why I find this so funny, chat? Because he's literally had the fight booked before. The fight has already been booked and scheduled to happen before. There is no fight booked right now. He's just assuming it's going to be on the White House card. That's the direction they're moving into. And Michael Chandler's dumb ass is giving us yet another Michael Chandler Tito Ortiz moment. Where he has gone, it's closer than it's ever been. Now Michael Chandler has said on record, after he's lost to Charles Oliveira twice, he still believes that he beats Charles Oliveira 9 times out of 10, even though he's lost to him twice. And now that he's had a fight literally booked in with Conor McGregor, these negotiations, the odds are higher than they've ever been of it actually happening. He's a moron, and I find it hilarious. It's so good, man. G'day, Noob Cake. How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. Put a shrimp on the barbie, mate. Shout out to you, Noob Cake. I hope you enjoyed those channels that I told you to go watch. And you're building up on your MMA lore, brother. Dougie, I have wider shoulders than you and I'm 18. Come on, Unk. Well, you know, it is what it is, mate. This is the best that you can do, Wixen. Who let you out of the basement, by the way, Wixen? You're broke! You're a brokey! You're broke! Seals are better than dolphins? No, dude. Dolphins are way better than seals. 15 days till O'Malley makes Yadong squirt blood. I'm going to be picking O'Malley. I sat down and I watched Yadong versus Marlon Chito Vera a lot last night. I watched it 2 or 3 times because I was playing guitar, but I had it on repeat non-stop while I was playing guitar, and there's an argument for Marlon Chito Vera winning that fight. And the only reason I bring that fight to you because I know it's not the most recent fight, but in MMA, it's styles that make fights. And I'm looking for another tall, rangy striker to go in there against Song Yadong. And Song Yadong didn't do great against the tall, rangy striker of Marlon Chito Vera. And Marlon Chito Vera, he's not very good. He's not very good. So I don't deny that Song has gotten better, but he's struggled stylistically with this matchup before. Conor McGregor, you gotta fight somebody, and I'm the most entertaining fighter, so fight me! It's impressive you can type in the gimp suit, Wixen. I know, he let Wixen out. Keep him duct taped up. O'Malley is getting CCP'd. I don't think O'Malley will be getting CCP'd. I think O'Malley's going to be alright here. Did you know dolphins rape people? Well, I've never experienced that, and I've been out there with them before. Cheeto actually looked sick in that fight. Cheeto looked really fucking good in that fight, and it was a robbery. I spoke to Eric. He's getting ready for some serious training, one of the hardest courses in the military, actually. Well, good luck to Eric. Yeah, I'm sure that he's busy with something very important because he always messages me on the DMs. He's always in the channel. If Eric isn't around, I'm sure there's, good reason for it. Yadong pieced up Yan for a round and a bit. Yeah, I know, but stylistically, Yan isn't the same as O'Malley. Like, Yan is a short-range boxer that gets on the inside. O'Malley is a long-range kickboxer that stays on the outside. So, I don't really, for a little bit of the way my mind works, Jock, when I look at fights and I'm doing my tape study, it's not so much I'm looking for like their most recent fight. I'm looking for holes in their game and where the holes were before, especially with stylistical matchups. That's why so much for the next fight, I want it to be like a Kamaru Usman or a Sean Brady versus JDM, because now I know JDM's still got some holes with a lot of his top pressure wrestling. I want to see if he's fixed that. And for Sean Brady, I want to see him against a boxer like JDM or like Prates or like Morales. Well, we just saw him against Morales. But his deficiency is the boxing, right? So I look for the stylistical matchups, and Marlon Chito Vera is the closest thing we have to a Sean O'Malley with that like long, tall, sort of boxing-esque style. He's a little bit tighter than Sean. He's not as flowy as Sean, but yeah, Marlon Chito Vera is like the closest thing that we have on tape. And your dog didn't do well in that fight. Didn't do well at all. Anyone can beat Yan in the first round. Yeah, the first round of Yan is just him downloading. We know this, but other. O'Malley's going to make your dong stiff. Oh. Is that the gay convention therapy call? I can't talk about gay conversion. It's literally illegal in Australia. And we've got more hate speech laws coming through a royal commission now, which is going to be great for my career online. I might have to just stick to plastering at this point. Even McGee took a round off Yan. Even McGee did take a round off Yan. This is true. Even this Nacho friend could beat Yan for a round. We could all beat Piotr Yan for a round. He'd give us the first round. Dougie does tape study, guys. I do tape study, guys. Dougie is looking for holes. Men's holes. There you go. Now you're here with me, Jock. There you are. Song hit some nice counters on Corey, but Sugar has way more snap. Sugar does have more snap. I agree. Portuguese Herzog. So I think I'm going to be sticking with Songa Yadonga for that one, man. Tighter than Sean. He's a little bit tighter than Sean O'Malley. Why is today's chat so queer, chat? Chat, I have a question for you.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
That's correct. Dougie trying to act like his brother Andrew just need a cigar and a bald head already halfway through with his hairline. Dougie trying to act like his brother Andrew. He just needs a cigar and a bald head. He's already halfway through with that hairline. I have a great hairline, thank you. Compared to my brother Tristan Tate. My hairline is fucking glorious. And I was actually thinking about buying a cigar tonight. So there you go. O'Malley is supremely underrated by hardcore fans, and it's annoying to me. He is underrated by the hardcores. Yeah, they seem to want to hate on him just because the UFC pushes him as a prospect, right? Same thing with Paddy Pimblett. Like, yes, the UFC do push him as a prospect, but he has got a modicum of talent that needs to be recognized, right? Also, I think he said he mentioned it to you in his upcoming training. Also, I think he mentioned it to you too in his upcoming training. I don't know what that means. O'Malley is very mediocre striker though. No, he's all right. He's pretty good. I mean, no. I mean, he did make the fight with Petr Yan competitive. Like, I think Petr Yan won that fight, but it was a competitive fight. I forgot the recommendations. That's okay, Noob Cake. I forget chat's recommendations all the time, brother. IKO Yan. Oh, no, here comes my light. No, we're up. IKO Yan in 2 seconds on some death sentence shit. He looks like Marcin Tybura, does our Nacho. Hello, I'm good, Mitch. How are you, brother? I hope that you're well. I saw dolphins this morning, but Mitch... I saw dolphins this morning at the beach. A whole pod of them, mate. After seeing Merab eat that body kick, what are your thoughts on Kaikara France not eating Moreno's like a champ? Kaikara France is a bitch. He's a bitch. No, I don't know. Merab's just built of something different, dude. I've seen Merab faceplant a lake, and he stands up and laughs about it. Merab is kind of insane. Dougie's hairline getting a lot of abuse in the last few streams. I know! It's constant, my poor old hairline. Hardcore MMA fans know your dong sleeps, O'Malley. Wrong, Wixon. Get back in the basement. I can smell the testosterone in here. There is quite a lot of testosterone in here, Noob Cake. That's why YouTube hates this channel. I call that hairline Dougie's comb. It's not even combed up. What are you talking about? It's such a... You guys are fucking delusional, man. You guys are delusional, dude. O'Malley having a 10-inch reach advantage on everyone that he's fought and never sleeping a ranked fighter is insane. Yeah, that's a good point, but that doesn't take away from O'Malley striking, you know. And that's not even true. He slept Aljamain Sterling. So that's not even true. I need to swim with dolphins. It is pretty fun. Eric, he mentioned that he told you he would be gone starting this year as he trains for special operations. He's going on to the next Maduro-type mission. Well, they shouldn't allow Eric on the next Maduro-type mission because Eric will not know when to follow orders and he'll just keep shooting. He'll unload a clip into a motherfucker. That's a horrible idea. I'm joking, you're broke! That was brutal. Takes the body kick and then eats hooks to the liver. Insane durability. He has got insane durability. It's one of Merab's strong points, right? He didn't sleep, Aljo. It was an early TKO. It was a TKO, but I don't think it was early. But yes, you are. Actually, I will agree with you on that. Sean O'Malley doesn't really sleep people. They're all sort of TKOs. I did a tier list video breaking down all of Sean O'Malley's finishes. And yeah, the majority of them are TKOs, yeah. O'Malley's reach is 72 inches. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? Well, you know Jock loves to jump to extremities and overly exaggerate things. It's one of his wonderful, wonderful things that he does. Right, so we have laughed at Michael Chandler saying that the odds are higher than they've ever been, even though the fight was literally booked in before. And I want to show you guys one more thing that I think you'll all find hilarious. How would you guys like to see two heavyweight pro MMA fighters fight 10 random amateurs? Huh? Would that be fun? Would you guys like to see that? Yeah, Dovey shared it on Twitter. It's fucking glorious. Ten random amateurs versus two heavyweights. Goes about how you'd expect, to be honest. I love whenever we watch movies, everyone's like, they would just swarm him. Well, the heavyweights get swarmed, and then they just start fucking shit up. Bang! Look at that shot! Jesus Christ, and the body kicks as well. Whereas he rips a body kick to one of the little fuckers. That little fucker goes flying. That cunt gets hit in the back of the head. Bang! Goes that one. That one goes down. That cunt, yeah, that cunt cops a body kick right there. Look at that body kick, man. Where is it? Where was it? Back there. Just fucking whomp to the gut. Just fucking whomp to the gut of this one. Bang to the gut. He fucking scurries off. Just throwing haymakers. Oh my god. And he kicks him in the back of the head. And they just start leaving. They just start walking out. The amateurs are just like, fuck this. The amateurs just walk off. They're sick of getting the shit kicked out of them. They just fucking leave. Oh my god, I love Russia so much. So much. Oh. Fucking glorious. Fucking glorious. Oh my god. Fucking glorious. Salkilled versus Malarkey is so cunning. Salkilled versus Malarkey is so funny. What are we talking about, Portuguese Herzog? I don't know what you're talking about. The only guy who's actually slept bad was Wylam. This is true. You saw this. It was so good. The fantasy Chandler lives in and is insane in his brain. I know, dude. Like, the fight was literally booked in the past. There was a press conference. There was a date. How do you mean you're closer than you've ever been now? You had a date before. Jock does love hyperbole. He does. Where am I up to? I've missed it. There's Jock there. Chandler was victimized in 2 fights, waiting for Conor, so fuck it. Yeah, no, I think Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor should fight each other. I'm down for that fight. It's just Chandler saying it's closer than ever. I find it hilarious, dude. What am I watching? You're watching proper MMA. That reminds me of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, all the little Saiyan men, the little blue guys. Was it Cell's minions? And they would just fucking blast through them. It's not hyperbole, though. It's just factually incorrect by every metric. Well, you know, I mean, we can always go back and check this. Don't make me check this. Don't make me check Sean O'Malley's reach and then check the entire top 10's reach and see that he doesn't have a 10-inch reach advantage. Shit like this makes me believe that the gorilla would beat 100 dudes. I mean, that kind of does go to prove it. Like I said, in movies, everyone's like, you just all rush forward at the same time. Well, now you've actually seen it, and they don't. Maybe the one gorilla does stand a chance. Not if we follow the Lucas Tracy method. Link up arms. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! And just march forward at the gorilla as a wall. Thanos versus the Avengers was better. Wrong! Nacho, you're missing my point and focusing on the numbers too much. Semantics versus hyperbole. We love it. Made a comment on a stand-up comedian set of Charlie Coke. My brain is breaking. Hang on a second. It's my dyslexia. It's not you, Nacho. I made a comment on a stand-up comedian set, of Charlie Kirk jokes, saying it was nearly as funny as that lady getting shot by ICE agents in Minneapolis. It didn't end well. This is completely out of left field with no context, Nacho, but I appreciate it. Yeah. The right don't like you making jokes about their people being murdered, but they're quite happy to make George Floyd jokes every single day. There is nothing quite as dumb as the American right and MAGA. If it was 10 of me versus those guys, it wouldn't even be close. Oh, please stop it, Jock. Stop it, mate. Should have all dogpiled and swarmed in with the wrestling. I agree. How are you too, Smelly? Good to see you, brother. I hope that you're well. W to Nacho. W to Nacho. Malarkey is stepping into a fight. Malarkey is stepping in to fight Salkilled in Sydney. Get the fuck out of here, is he? I did not know that fight was made. Malarkey versus Salkilled. That's the minority that we found. A white? Malarkey versus Salkilled. Is that really the fight? That's going to be fun. Malarkey is going to die. Malarkey is going to die. I didn't know that was the short notice fight that got made. Conor stalled Chandler into an era where he wouldn't get pay-per-view points. Holy fuck, that is funny. Conor McGregor has stalled out Michael Chandler into an era where there are no longer pay-per-view points. So the biggest fight ever in Michael Chandler's career isn't going to count as much as it counted for 2 years ago. And let's fucking face it, even if he beats Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler's stock is not going to rise. What a waste of time this has been. Kamehameha, the like button, boys. Give it a Kamehameha. Would it blow up the internet if they announced Makhachev versus McGregor as a 170 title fight at the White House? It would blow up the internet for just how outrageous it is. And considering how the UFC TV show has been lately, I wouldn't be surprised if they said something insane like that. Who wins between Godzilla and 100 apes? Godzilla. I think Godzilla's skin is too thick for apes. That was one of my favorite Lucas videos. Fuck you! Fuck you to the gorilla. I know, I loved that Lucas video. That one was gold, man. Dougie versus 2 heavyweights, who wins? Depends on the heavyweight, right? Like, if it's me versus 2 Cyril Gahns, I die. If it's me versus 2 Jailton Almeidas, he dies. It all depends on the heavyweights. 10 of me versus 2 Shamil Gazievs, he dies. 10 of me versus 2 Tom Aspinall dies. That's 20 fingers. That's 40 fingers. No, 20 fingers. That's 20 fingers. Tom Aspinall stands no chance. Godzilla versus 100 Rajas. Who wins? Rajas. Raja obviously wins that. Central Coast citizens are illegals. Thank you, Rampage. I appreciate that, mate. Don't know what you mean by it, but that's good to know, brother. I'm watching you instead of my normal fights at the gym. Where is the fucking background music? There is background music playing. Maybe I've just got to set a decibel or two too low, but I can see the bars going. How about that? Yeah. That's too loud. No, the background music's been playing, brother. It's been playing, brother. That's too many fingers. It's too many fingers, mate. It's too many fingers. We all know you took the whole UFC roster. No need to be humble. Thank you, MJ World. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. The producer is not here to fix the music. I know, brother. Where is the producer, brother? Right, so that is all we really have to cover when it comes to the news for the day. There is, of course, DC versus John Jones. They have been firing shots at each other all day over interviews. But that is what the video is going to be about after this live stream. So I think we'll just park the bus on DC versus John Jones and Russian Tough. And we might return over to... You know what we've been doing? Working our way through our MMA GOAT list. The 30 greatest fighters ever. I'm going to get rid of the word tier because tier lists are dead on MMA YouTube. Now we just make regular lists. It's an interesting little bait and switch. We've only got a few people left to go. Khabib, Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo, and Frank Shamrock, Pantoja. Oof, is it time to do Khabib? Maybe it is, bros. Maybe it is. I also want to start getting this all tidied up down here, where we've got everyone's resume sort of sorted out. I think it's time to start tidying that up too. Yes, yes, yes. Like Alexander Volkanovski can go in there like that. Alexander Volkanovski can go in there like that. Stipe can go in there like that. I think it's time to start cleaning this up. But why does it attach like that? Does anyone know why shit attaches like that? I don't know why it chooses to do that. But it's annoying to me. It's annoying to me. DC and John Jones versus a bucket of chicken. Who wins? Well, John Jones would kill DC over. Actually, that might be the one chance that DC has. DC might actually win that one, you know? That's actually possible. Get Jose Aldo off that list now. Maybe Jose Aldo doesn't make it onto the list. Maybe he doesn't, right? I mean, he did all of his work at Strikeforce, and at this point, you can argue that Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski are better featherweights than Jose Aldo. I don't think anyone is crazy about saying that, right? And if that is the case, then, you know, why do you put the third best featherweight of all time on a list like this? There isn't room for it. So perhaps it isn't crazy to get rid of Jose Aldo off the list. You know what I'm saying, mate? Perhaps that's not crazy at all. Where I'm up to? Let me read some chats. Let me read some chats, boys. I'll read some chats here together. Group all that. Group all of that. Group all of that. Beautiful. Tidy all that up. You love to see it. Beautiful. Let me read some chats. I think 10 of me could beat up 2 Dougies. No, Noob Cake, you're too new to the game, mate. Dougie, I don't think appealing to the gays will boost your viewership. Oh, the G-A-Z-Y. I get. What's up, Sniff? How are you, man? But who knows? Keep the shirt off, I guess. You know, when winter comes back around, I'll put the hoodie back on, and then everyone will call me a British roadman. So I guess it all just depends on the season, funnily enough. I mean, believe it or not, chat, but what a man wears actually just depends on the fucking weather. And if it's the middle of summer and it's 40 degrees and muggy, he's probably not going to wear a shirt. And if it's winter, he'll probably wear a hoodie. I know that this is surprising to the entire fucking internet. I'm shocked that the entire internet is surprised by this. But what a man decides to wear is largely dependent on the fucking weather. Who wins between Kim Kardashian and Nina Drama? I would say Nina Drama would win. I think she'd be more enthusiastic. Kim Kardashian seems like a little bit of a starfish. Tim's butt can knock out anyone. True. Aldo was a WEC merchant. Oh, I don't like people saying merchant about Jose Aldo. I don't enjoy that at all. Fight Pass is cooked. Fight Pass is cooked. They've been taking off more and more fights. I couldn't find Song Yadong versus Henry Cejudo. I couldn't even find the event. I had to go to 2025 and then scroll down the list of events to actually find the fucking event. Fight Pass has been removing fights. Aldo has and always will be a bum. Sorry, I mean a bum beater. There you go. That's better, Jock. Muggy's Corner. There we go. It's called air conditioning. Not in the office, unfortunately, Combat Catholic. Not in the office. Most people can control the temperature in their own home. Not in the office. I can control it in the living room and in the bedrooms, but the office is stuffed by this giant fucking window. So the best I've got is this goddamn fan. That's as good as it gets in here. Remember when you couldn't find Craig versus Shotgun? I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, Fight Pass is dog shit. Actually dog shit. Right, who are we going to do next? We've got that one done, so we can delete that. Ilya Abtudo Tuptudo Poptudo. Ilya Tuptudo Abtudo Poptudo. Ilya Abtudo, Poptudo, Abtudo. Group that together. Beautiful stuff. I can go there like that. Ilya Abtudo. I forgot every country outside of America is a third world country. My bad. We have air conditioning. It's just not in this room, dickhead. Northwest tried to sell me a fan like that. Okay, well, you know, be good to Northwest, yeah? Kim Kardashian won a few jiu-jitsu tournaments with a face sit and a chest choke. I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. I don't believe you at all. This isn't true, brother. No, brother. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Delete that page. We can now delete that page. That's good. We can delete that page. That's good. Did I do Aljamain Sterling properly? I think I did, right? Did I clean up Aljamain Sterling's? I didn't. Oh, I did clean up Aljamain Sterling's. That's good. We can put Aljamain Sterling over here. That's good. I can group that together. Put Aljamain Sterling over here like that. Yes, brother. This is good now, brother. We can tidy all this up now. Yes, mate. This is the most comprehensive GOAT list ever done, I think. The most comprehensive GOAT list ever fucking done. Where is old Tyrone Woodley? There's Tyrone Woodley there. We can put Tyrone Woodley on here as well, just so I've got everyone all in one place, and I don't have to keep going through pages and pages and pages as this list grows. As this list grows from the legs all the way up to the knees until this list grows. Anyway, who's going to be next? I've cleaned that up a little bit, which is good. Let me do Jose Aldo. Let's do Jose Aldo. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time that we talked about... Get out of here! Go on now, get! Let's talk about Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo. I don't know how he's going to go. He might be very down the list, yeah, because this is going to be UFC accomplishments. So we'll see what we can do. Holy fuck, his most recent image on ESPN has him looking at like an old man. Jose Aldo. Let me read some live chats. Let me read some chats. Here we go. I forgot every country. We did that one. Northwest tried to. We did that one. We did that one. One of the blades was broken off, and he said it was to increase its windage. Yeah, I think he might have just found that on the side of the road, Sniff. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. Cleaning up Aldo. We're going to clean up Jose Aldo. We're going to clean him off. Jose Aldo Tapology. Now, how many defenses did he have in the UFC? Thank God Shotgun isn't here for this stream. Because Shotgun is going to fucking go... Not Shotgun. What's the old cunt's name? Maybe it is Super Shotgun. Who's the old cunt's name? It is Shotgun. Shotgun is going to fucking go nuts about the WEC glaze. All right. In the UFC, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 title wins. That is really good. That is really, really good. In the UFC, 8 title wins is insane. Jesus Christ, that's insane. That is insane. Dougie, do you ever play video games? Not on the stream, but we might do it on the stream. If we get through the next 2 or 3 weeks, until the UFC starts without finishing off this list. I might do one video game stream, but generally, no, I don't play video games on the stream. However, I have been thinking about bringing them back for fight night watch-alongs, because during the women's events and between the fights, there's just so much fucking downtime where nothing is happening. We might do some UFC 5 gameplay. So, no, not usually, but maybe. I'm making a bunch of chili glazes in your honor, Dougie. Well, thank you too, Smelly. I appreciate it, man. Pocket boxing is the key. You know this, mate. That's more of a toad thing, not a shotgun thing. By the way, Nacho, are you still here or are you watching fights at the gym? How many more weeks until the UFC is back? Only 16 days, brother. Only 16 days. Just over 2 weeks. Okay. Mark Homnick. Not a... I'll mog you in UFC 5. Probably. I'm not very good at UFC 5. I'm not going to lie. Kenny Florian. 14-5 with a... Kenny Florian. Is that a legendary name? No. Chad Mendez. Is Chad Mendez a legendary name? Chad Mendez. You're here running. Nice one, Nacho. How does the new microphone sound? This is the Blue Yeti microphone. 11-0. Chad Mendez. Not really a legendary. Frankie Edgar. Do we put Frankie Edgar down as legendary? Maybe. Chen Song Jong, the Korean zombie. No, TKZ, the Korean zombie. Chen Song Jong, the Korean zombie. 13-3, ranked number 8. Fucking hell. Chen Song. He's got a deep one, but... Ricardo Lamas. It sounds unreal. It sounds schmick. Oh, good. I'm happy that we finally sorted it out. 16 days might as well be 6 years. I have a Blue Yeti. There you go. There you go, Noob Cake. Yeah. We've finally resolved the microphone in use. He's got Chad Mendez twice. Would you count Chad Mendez as a legendary win? I don't know if I would. Frankie Edgar twice as well. He's got a lot of names of note, but not a lot of... Jeremy Stevens. Manny Moicano. Fuck, he's got a lot of... names of note, but not a lot of... Rob Font, Pedro Munoz, Marlon Vera. Holy fuck. Dude, look at the fucking people he's beaten. Holy shit, his names of note are insane. Fucking hell has he got a resume. Fucking hell has he got a resume. Fuck me. That is insane, actually. How deep his resume go. We've not seen anyone with such a deep resume, but so little at the top other than defenses. So, what are we going to say? One legend win? Oosh. God, it doesn't look good on paper, does it? Fuck, he doesn't stack up too well, does he? Oi, 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 oi. I know this guy got knocked out by Conor McGregor. Dude, he's known for more than just being knocked out by Conor McGregor. That hurts me so much hearing you say that. I know this guy. That's the guy that was knocked out by Conor McGregor. Yes, this is the guy who was knocked out by Conor McGregor. You are correct. He has a little bit more to his legacy than just being knocked out by Conor McGregor. But essentially, yes. That's the issue with being a dominant champion. No one else can really build a championship resume because you shot them all down. That's true. That's true, right? A lot of bums on that list. Shut up. That's all I know him for. Okay, I might have misjudged Aldo a bit. Well, actually, I think Davidson Figueiredo's fan page brings up a really good point, right? Like, although I will counter-argue this, Davidson Figueiredo's fan page. Holloway and Conor and Volk were able to build legendary status off him, right? So, like, yes, he was a dominant champion, and there were, as we can see, a lot of victims that were not able to build up a legendary status. But the ones who did break through really did create a huge name for themselves. So it does mean, like, in the UFC, Jose Aldo is almost like a legend's gatekeeper. Like, you've got to beat him to become a legend, right? What are some missed green things we can give him? What records does he hold? Good thing Conor McGregor read the match. Yep, he should have fought Pettis. He should have. And Benson Henderson. Don't forget Benson Henderson. Where is his Benson Henderson win? Hang on a second. That would have been in the WEC, though, I think. Cub Swanson in the WEC. Don't forget Benson Henderson. God, he's got so many fucking names. It's insane. I don't even see it. I literally can't even see it. Cub Swanson, Jonathan Brooks, Tiago Mania, Phil Hayes. I can't even see fucking Benson Henderson on his record anywhere. So I'm going to skip it. It was before he fought Conor. Before he fought Conor, it was Chad Mendes. And Ricardo Lamos and Chung Song Jong and Frankie Edgar and Chad Mendes and Kerry Florian and Mike Hocknick and and Uriah Faber and Mike Brown and Cub Swanson and Chris Mackey and Ronald Perez. I don't see Benson Henderson anywhere. He never fought Benson. Yeah, I can't see Benson anywhere. Different weight class. Yeah, so I can't see him anyway. Chandler should never have taken the Paddy fight. No, he should have. It's kept his name in the zeitgeist. He absolutely should have. He never fought Benson. Right, so we're just saying, remember Benson Henderson? We're just saying it. Why not? Did Aldo ever have a true prime? Of course he had a prime. Look at all the fucking people. Of course he had a fucking prime. Of course he did. 2008 to 2012 is Aldo's prime. Fucking absolutely, man. Absolutely. If the UFC is allowed, if the UFC allowed it, Aldo would have likely been a 3-division champion before he ever fought Conor. No, I don't think he would have been a 3-division champion. I don't think he cut all the way down, nor do I think he would do very well at welterweight. So no, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, who are we going to match him up against? Jesus, he's got a lot of title wins. How about we give him one of these? We go 2011 to 2014. What's that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 years of dominance. Can we give him some green text for that? 4 years of dominance. How about that? 4 years of dominance. That's pretty good. Because we can't say featherweight GOAT anymore. What else can we do? That's got to be a YouTube short. I don't know what you mean, Jock. I don't know what you're saying. Most title consecutive pure title defenses with the longest reign. But you're counting WEC in there as well. Youngest Zuffa champ ever. Was he? Was he the youngest Zuffa champ ever? No. No. John Jones is the youngest Zuffa champ ever. That's not true. John Jones is the youngest Zuffa champ ever. Pure title defenses, longest reign, most title fights participated in. It really just all ties back to the championship stuff. In the UFC, has he got the most title fights? I think in the UFC... No, we'll check John Jones's, because I don't even think in the UFC he's got the most title fights. John Jones' Tapology will have more. John Jones will have more title fights in the UFC. WEC doesn't count. Exactly, WEC doesn't count. So John Jones is younger. John Jones will have more title defenses. John Jones has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, John Jones has got 16 title wins. Not most title defenses. Not most in the featherweight division. Yeah. I thought I put... Oh, right. You thought you put... Yeah, okay. All right. Most featherweight title wins. How does WEC not count when the UFC straight up took WEC's lower divisions and gave them the UFC belts when they entered the UFC? Because then people would be like, well, now we have to include Pride because the UFC bought Pride. So I'm making a nice, clear, distinguishing cutoff line. The UFC. The UFC. Otherwise, people will be like, well, you know, I mean, if everything counts, then what's that cunt's name that I hate? Fought in Bellator. He was dog shit in the UFC, and then he went over to the Bellator, and everyone started glazing him. Musasi. Yeah, I'm not dealing with any of that shit. The UFC is in the UFC. No, I don't give a fuck, Aaron. I'm genuinely, I'm not opening up the doors to the conversation with, well, then Pride counts. And then everything that you did outside counts. And if that counts, then this counts. I don't give a fuck. I genuinely don't give a fuck. The UFC is the UFC. The WEC is the WEC. Strikeforce is Strikeforce. I don't give a fuck if they did unification fights. I couldn't give two shits. The UFC is the clear through line. What did you do in the UFC once you put on UFC gloves, not WEC gloves? Full stop. End of discussion. Gegard Musashi. A lot of this just keeps repeating his notable wins, though. Yeah, it's either John Jones or Mighty Mouse. Yeah. The WEC is different. No, I don't give a fuck. I know it's not completely different. Aaron, look at me dead in the eyes. You keep typing about this, and I'm going to ignore you. I don't give a fuck. Your next sentence about this will be ignored. I don't give a fuck. End of conversation. There were no lower divisions. All right, cool. Moving on. Ignoring everyone who's bringing up the WEC. I've been over it 10 times. I don't care. I think we've got to talk about the Aljamain Sterling range of shit. I think we need to talk about the Aljamain Sterling range. I think that's the range Aldo's in, is the Aljamain Sterling range. Oh, the old heads are going to get so angry at me if I do this. Oh my god, they're going to get so angry at me. Alright! I could put Jose Aldo above Aljamain Sterling. Alright. I could put Jose Aldo above Aljamain Sterling. Thank fucking god. Holy shit. Alright, let me look back at the list. Where can I put him? Let's just do the Tyrone Woodley Black Gate. Let's just do Tyrone Woodley. There's a reason Tyrone Woodley exists. There's a reason Tyrone Woodley is the Black Gate. Let's just do the Tyrone Woodley as the Black Gate. That Faber win would have given him so much more in the UFC. It would have. Absolutely true. John Jones is the clear GOAT. You might as well put him in the number 1 slot right now. That is not how you fuck, Nacho. You have to build to it. What's up, Bruce Wayne? How are you, man? All right, cool. I think he smashes through the Black Gate. Fucking thank God. All right, so he smashes through the Black Gate of Tyrone Woodley. Okay, good. At least we can put some respect on Jose Aldo. Where's Francis Ngannou? Where's my Francis slide? There's my Francis slide. All right, I think he goes past Francis. Yep, I like that. He goes past Francis. Marabi. Does he go past Marabi? Here we go. What's up, man? Dougie, I'm gonna oil you up. Oil me up, Waterfalls. Oil me up. Maybe put him against Marab and Henry. Yeah, I think you're right, Davidson Figueiredo. John the Gay, erectile dysfunction, Pico Graham, eye poke goat. That's correct. And woman beater. Don't forget that one. How is Conor versus Chandler closer than ever? I don't know, Bilal. I really don't know. Considering that it was literally fucking booked in to happen at one point. What's up, Shotgun? Good to see you, man. But according to Michael Chandler, Bilal, According to Michael Chandler, the odds are higher than they've ever been that this fight is actually going to happen. I'm shocked that Michael Chandler is dumb enough to say this, but Michael Chandler did say that he would beat Charles Oliveira 9 times after 10 after losing to him twice. But yes, according to Michael Chandler, things have never been closer, even though they've had a fight booked in before with an actual date and a press conference. What's up, Shotgun? Good to see you, man. I hope that you're well, brother. Are you suggesting he is not the GOAT, O'Malley? Mike Tyson went to Okay, all right. Convicted as well. Also convicted. True. People forget, man. Now the intangibles come into it. Is beating Jan and Jose and Henry Cejudo with 4 title wins. And I'm going to add this to Merab as well. I'm going to add this to Merab as well. Most title fights in 12-month period. Not one, but still fought the most title fights in 12-month period. Still of note. Is Merab higher up on the GOAT list than Jose Aldo? Thank you, mate. How are you, brother? Good to see you, Dinger. Thanks for the $2, mate. I hope that you're well, bro. What's good, man? Thank you for the $2, Adlai. I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. Dougie, I was busy with the twink. Thank God you're done with the twink and you're here with us now, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank God that you're here. Remember that Aldo was penalized on legendary wins because he held the belt so long, so no former champs, while Merab had multiple former champs to beat. That is a flaw in the system. Merab is absolutely not out higher than Aldo in the GOAT list. Well, you overly glaze old fighters. You're the opposite of Lucas Tracy, Shotgun. But we did talk about that. And we also talked about how Aldo sort of became, in my mind, Shotgun, a bit of a legends gatekeeper. Like, Aldo is a legend, but he's the gatekeeper to the legends because Conor was able to make a name off him. Holloway was able to make a name off him. Volk was able to make a name off him. So, like, getting through Aldo makes you a legend. So these guys, Jeremy Stevens and Frankie Edgar and Chad Mendes, they simply just weren't good enough, where Holloway was good enough. You know, and Aldo had success after the Holloway run. So it's not like Aldo was washed. You can't argue that Aldo was washed because he kept still having success, you know. Aldo didn't go on a Tony Ferguson-esque losing streak, a Anderson Silva-esque losing streak. You either were good enough to beat him or you weren't good enough to beat him. And all these people simply weren't good enough to beat him. I'm not, though. I just have perspective since I saw them all throughout the years. You do overly glaze them. I'm sure someone has asked you this already, but what is your favorite fighting style? Boxing with anti-wrestling. I am the true overseer. You're not. You put too much stock on the old guys. Is this a 24-hour stream? Absolutely not. The feed the old dogs to the young guys. That's it. 48-hour stream? Absolutely not. He wasn't washed, but he was no longer in his prime. Him and Mendes beat the prime out of each other in their rematch, and neither were quite the same again. They definitely had a war, but again, he was able to go on. My point still stands. He was able to go on and have success. It's weird that the prime ends after the beating, but I disagree. I disagree, Shotgun. My favorite fighting style is running away. So Jesse Chandler then. 72-hour live stream for the world record? Absolutely not. I think... Aldo is top 10, possibly top 5 GOAT. I think... I just remember the overall MMA career. Aldo clears Marabi with the WEC wins. I swear to God, Shotgun, you make me want to headbutt the screen every time you say that. You know this is for the UFC only. I've said it so many times. This is for the UFC only. And then you people go, well, the WEC, well, the WEC, well, the WEC. Aldo probably over Merab. Merab's title reign only lasted a year. This is true. This is true. I swear to God, you people. Aldo is below Merab. What are we doing here? I don't know. Look at it, Jock. Literally look at it. Look at it, mate. Look at them side by side. 4 title wins, 8 title wins, 3 legends, 1 legend. But look at the depth. Look at the depth that Jose Aldo has. It's actually insane just how deep his shit goes. My favorite style is personally when you stay on your bicycle and don't engage and spam the eye pokes and the kicks. The John Jones method. I like it. Better quality wins. He has got a lot of quality. The guy whose title defense was Jeremy Stevens over Merab. Yeah, but we're not counting it as a fucking legendary win, are we? It's a depth of bums. They're not bums, mate. They are absolutely not bums. They had sick records. And they were all ranked fighters. They're not bums at all. Jeremy Stevens was good. Jeremy Stevens was good. I agree. He was also have to remember. We also have to remember Merab and Aldo ducked each other, so their reigns have asterisks. What are you talking about? Merab fought Aldo. What the fuck are you talking about? The title wins, length of the reign, and the depth of the resume has got Aldo over Merab. I could see that. Aldo fought whoever. So did Merab. When has Merab ducked anyone? Literally, when has Merab ever ducked anyone? Jeremy Stevens brutally slept RDA. I know, I don't disagree. Jeremy Stevens was very good. All these people on this list were very good fighters. They were all very good fighters. 13 wins for Jose, 7 wins for Merab, but 2 more legends. Who the fuck is that guy? That's it, Jeremy Stevens. All right. I agree. Merab. Aldo goes over Merab. Aldo goes over Merab. I agree. Merab returns to the list. Aldo goes over Merab. What other deck do we pull out of the deck of cards here? Let's pull out Pantoja then. Let's talk about Pantoja. Where's Pantoja? Let's talk about Pantoja and Jose Aldo. 8 title wins, 5 title wins, 1 legend win. Second best flyweight ever. Most subs finish in wins in flyweight history. Remember when John finished going in 90 seconds and Tom quit? Calling John boring is more retarded than believing in the flat earth. Stop it. Doing well, mate. No work today. Nah, I saw that it was going to be 40 degrees and I thought, fuck that shit, brother. I ain't doing that shit. Not Aldo. I'm talking about Merab and Aldo, not Aldo. Right, not Aljo. Aljo, my bad. This is insanity. I disagree. I'd argue Prime Mendez is a good win as an old-ass 38-year-old Cejudo. Yeah, I agree. I'm shotgun. I agree with you on that. Yeah. Prime Mendez is fucking goated. It depends on how Merab's resume ends up doing. That will change the placement in the future. I agree, Combat Catholic. We've said that for the guys that are here right now. Like, Ilya Tapuria's resume is going to grow and he's going to rise up the list. But right now, where are these guys at? Yeah. Aldo is better than Pantoja. I think Aldo is better than Pantoja. Aldo and Pantoja's resume are weirdly similar. Aren't they weirdly similar matchups, right? Weirdly similar. Pantoja's a bum. You're an idiot. Jones is many things, but boring is not one of them. He is definitely not boring. How are you, Trip? Good to see you, man. I need a piss. I'll be right back. Hang on a second, boys. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, what am I up to? If we count Chad Mendes twice, don't we have Pantoja doubling up on Royval and Moreno? Don't we have? We should. We should. I'm more just looking at the names, but yeah, you are right. The Earth is flat. I've seen it. I've been out there. I've been high enough to notice it. Let me lower that down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Imagine if Ilya never fights again. He'll fight. Don't worry, man. He'll fight. Did you see the John Jones interview? Crying that Dana won't let him fight Powhatan at the White House. Lay in your bed, bitch. Dude ran away to Thailand instead of fighting for $30 million. You get what you get, cunt. You get what you get. Hold it and build your bladder capacity like a man. No. I'm a freak. Watch your back, Mike. Oh, disgusting, Junior. I actually do fuck with Prime John Jones. There you go. Spinning elbows and submissions. Yeah, John Jones is good. John Jones gets underplayed. We either have to get rid of the second Mendes or give Pantoja 2 more notable wins. All right, we can do that. His last fight, he finished Stipe with a spinning body kick. You're just hating. That's okay. The fight before that, he subbed Gun. But yeah, only Prime John was good. Yeah. I like my women like I like my coffee. Black is too... All right, thank you, Waterfalls. Appreciate you. Let's do this. Let's just... clean it up like that. There we go. We'll clean it up like that. There we go. Huh. I think I'm going to put Aldo above Pantoja. Pantoja's career is going to build and get better. Well, it might not because of how old Pantoja is. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Pantoja in the future. But I'm going to put Jose Aldo up higher on the GOAT list than Pantoja, I think. I'm going to return Pantoja to the deck. And let's whip out somebody else. I'm going to return Pantoja to the deck. And let's whip somebody else out. If we're going above Pantoja... Fuck, do we go all the way up to Usman? Or Izzy? Do we go all the way up to Izzy? Maybe we do go all the way up to Izzy. Or Chuck Liddell. Or Stipe. Let's have a look at Stipe. Let me pull Stipe out of the deck. Hang on a second. Let me just pull Stipe out. And we'll just have a... Alright, so Stipe's the heavyweight GOAT. 6 title wins, 6 legend wins. Okay, so he's not ahead of Stipe. I'm keeping him behind Stipe. Let's do Chuck. Let's do Chuck Liddell. Let's put him up against Chuck Liddell. Let me tidy up Chuck Liddell here. Chuck... 5 title wins, 5 legend wins. Let me do Chuck. Yeah, like this. Belfort, Tito. Let me do this here like that. I'll just tidy all this up real quick. Let me just do this. Just give me a second, chat. I'll just clean it up so it matches everything now that I've figured out that we've got this nice way of doing things. We'll do Vitor Belfort. We'll do Randy Couture. Do Bustamante. Tito. Randy again. Beautiful. Space evenly. Tidy up like that. Put them there like that. Put them there like that. Tidy them up like that. Tidy them up like that. Like that. Tidy this up. Cool. Cool. All right, I like that. That all looks good. No, I've butchered it. There we go. That's it. All right, sick. Group that all together like that. Copy it. Boom. Let's have a look. Okay. Oof. Sex appeal. All right, where am I up to? He's a solid heavyweight. He's undefeated, but he's slower. You're talking about John Jones. It's so hard not to stare at thick hotties when they walk into the gym. Tell me about it, Nacho. He's never had one punch KO, John Jones. True, brother. Stipe Miocic looks like a wide light heavyweight. He does, doesn't he? If we're to get rid of the second Mendes, don't we have to get rid of Stipe's second DC win? Or is that just being too autistic? I'm going to keep it because it counts as legendary wins. So, like, I think in that below section where we've got names of note, I'm not too worried about doubling up on them and pointing out that he's beaten names of note more than once. However, for legendary wins, I do think it matters that, like, he's beaten certain legends twice. So I think that's how autistically clear I'm going to be about it. Why is Overeem on the Chuck list? He beat him in Pride. Did he? Did he? Thank you. Chuck Liddell Tapology. Chuck Liddell Tapology. Alistair Overeem in Pride. This is true, brother. This is true, brother. This is true. This is true, brother. This is true. Ungroup, brother. Ungroup. Bye, Alistair. See you, cunt. Fucking goodbye, bro. You're gone, Alistair. Why aren't you sticking to the rules, Dougie? Because I make mistakes. I'm a human being. He beat Alistair Overeem. He did, mate. Also, how is Wanderlei not a legendary win for Chuck? How is Wanderlei Silva not a legendary win for Chuck? That's debatable. Yeah, Wanderlei is debatable. Sorry, Dougie, when I get some sugar, I get all antsy in my pant. That's disgusting. Does John Jones get docked for ducking? Fucking oath John Jones is going to get docked for ducking. Heavily. Overeem was like 19th. Yeah, but it's still Alistair fucking Overeem, mate. This dummy's been raging at me all week for not following the gay rules. He can't even follow them himself. I know human beings make mistakes. I know. I made one little mistake, even though I've had to repeat it to you 7 times. Are we saying Chad Mendes isn't a bloody legend? I don't think Chad Mendes is a legend. No. But counting legends twice would give Pantoja the second Moreno win. Counting legends twice would give Pantoja the second Moreno win. I'm so confused at what you're saying. All right, I've got to fix the chat's autism because the chat is getting very autistic very quickly about the details, which is my fault because we are looking into the details. So I can't be upset at the chat this time. I've got to respect the chat's autism. All right, we've got one autist that is really fucking locked in on this Moreno win. Really fucking locked in on this Moreno win. He's willing to die on this fucking hill. So let's fix that first. Right. Ungroup. Yes, you are correct. Beating Brandon Moreno twice does technically mean that Alexandre Pantoja has got 2 legend wins. You are correct. That is true. That is true. You are correct. Group, copy, fuck off. There you go. We've fixed Pantoja. That is true. There you go, Pantoja. You have been fixed. Well done, Pantoja. Now, let me go back to what we were talking about before. With these two. All right, I'm here. This is how we do it. Where's my chat? I'm here, chat. I'm here. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through one autistic comment at a time. Look at the size difference between Stipe and DC, but people are saying Stipe looks like a light heavyweight. Look at the size. Thank you for the $3, mate. I really appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it so much. You're a legend. Thank you for the $3. Look at the size difference between Stipe and DC, but people are saying Stipe looks like a light heavyweight. Do you mean when they're standing face to face? Do you mean the girth? Do you mean the shoulders? What the fuck are you talking about? John Jones's record without one punch power isn't a flex on Jones being bad as haters think it is. Yeah, it just means John Jones is really fucking skilled. It's the same thing as Sean O'Malley. They're like, it's very simple thinking, right? Like, they'll say Sean O'Malley isn't skilled and Sean O'Malley is underrated, but Sean O'Malley hasn't got one punch power, which means he actually needs a wider range of skill sets to get to where he is. Where someone like Ilya Topuria or Michael Morales get to where they are because they can just sleep cunts. This is too unk status for me. I'm still here spectating though. No worries, Combat Catholic. That's why we do it, mate. What did Alistair Overeem do to deserve this? Nothing. He just fought in Pride, and we are counting UFC only. I would like to employ Nacho to argue most things in life. Nacho is very good at making arguments. Bro, you have some weak legends for other guys, and not a guy who ran Pride. Fucking kill yourself! Ran Pride. The UFC. Ran Pride. The UFC. Fuck you, I swear to God, Shotgun, I'm gonna fucking block you if you bring up their fucking Pride accomplishments again. I swear to fucking God, Shotgun, do it again. Bring up their Pride accomplishments one more fucking time. Fuck me. John Jones' record without one punch power isn't a flex on John Jones being bad. Haters think. I agree. If Johns gets docked for retiring at 39, then how hard are we going to dock GSP for retiring at 36 and ducking Whitaker and Khabib? Oh, we're going to get to that. I know, Nacho. I've thought about this, and we're going to fucking get to that. Tom drops an atomic 5 spots on the GOAT list whenever he retires for being soy. Fuck you. We have been looking at specific... I know, we're meant to be looking at specifics. I know. Bro is Brandon fucking Moreno as a legend and not Wanderlei because Brandon Moreno is a legend in the UFC, Shotgun. You fucking retard. What are the reasons Moreno is a legend? Can I get a 15-second summation? Former champion, the wars that he went to with... Legend status... isn't just being a champion, right? Like, where can we point to this? Sean O'Malley. Who have we got with a Sean O'Malley win? Marab with a Sean O'Malley win right here. I don't count Sean O'Malley as a legend, even though he won a title. Or... what's the worst champion of all time that I think? Matt Serra. I don't count Matt Serra as a legend just because he won a title. A legend is a legend. A legend is like unfucking tangibles, right? Brandon Moreno is a legend of the game. The wars that he gave us with Davidson Figueiredo, the fact that he is a former champ, the fact that even after he lost the belt, he's still highly competitive. That's what it is. Legend status is untangibles, really. Autism is a superpower, especially on MMA YouTube. Autism is a superpower. Just so we're all on the same page, for me, what qualifies as a legend? We did that one. Now I can tell you the size difference is. It's time to... now you can't tell what a size difference is. It's time to log off. There's just too many retards arguing with me about specifics, Nacho. It's overloading me. But Chuck beat him in the UFC. That's the point. Yeah, but he's not a legend for what he did in Pride, Shotgun. Fuck you. Best debaters in chat tier list? Probably Nacho. They didn't. I know they didn't fight in Pride, but Wanderlei Silva is an MMA legend, not a UFC legend. Go fuck yourself and die. Dougie's so hot when he's mad. Shotgun, you can only do that because he likes you. Dougie just turned pink with rage. Bad example, Sean O'Malley has one punch power. He doesn't though. Sean O'Malley TKOs people. He's literally only ever slept one person. There is no UFC, and yet Patsy Dougie still turns red. Tell me about it. Fader is a top 2. I'll fucking murder you. America is the best. Even if I was dishonorable discharged, I regained my citizenship by joining the Foreign Legion. No idea what you're talking about, but thank you for $3, C4. 666 putting Fedor in 2. I'm waiting for Dougie's reaction. That's obvious rage bait. Now I am in my autism. Whitaker isn't a legend, even though he was a champ. Whitaker... It's funny that you bring that up. Whitaker isn't a legend because we've actually had this conversation on the GOAT tier list before. Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya. He has got either 3 or 1 legend wins, depending on whether or not you want to count Robert Whitaker as a legend. We've actually had that debate, Jock. Israel Adesanya. He's either got 3 or 1 legend wins, depending on whether or not you've got Robert Whittaker as a legend. Now, I count Robert Whittaker as a legend, but I'm willing to understand that I might be a little bit biased in having Robert Whittaker as a legend. So I can understand if you don't want to put Robert Whittaker there. But we've actually brought that up, funnily enough, Jock, on the channel before. Arguably, Fader as number 1. I will kill you. Dougie, post a list of all the legend fighters you have to so I can see what I'm working with. These are the reasons that I want to fucking strangle you. I just said it's intangibles. I'm not posting an entire list of all the fucking legends in the UFC ever. Fuck you. Genuinely fuck you. These same arguments we have over like Pokemon cards, they've essentially just turned into little fighters cards, haven't they? Shout out to the Dougie. Thank you, Nacho. Vandalay Silva, don't you mean Chris Cyborg? You're talking about Chris Cyborg. Does Aljo not count as a sleeping? That was a TKO. It was a TKO. It was a TKO. Imagine the smell of Dougie's chair. It would be fucking disgusting. So Izzy has 1 legend win. Well, like I said, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you. Alex Pereira is Izzy's only legend win. It could be Izzy's only legend win. Whittaker is definitely legend status. Top 5 middleweights of all. Top 5 makes you a legend. Whittaker win over Yol makes him a legend. I consider Robert Whittaker a legend because of the wars that he had with Yoel Romero while he had a broken hand. I think it's legendary shit. I also think Robert Whittaker either being a champion or the number 1 contender for 10 years qualifies him to be a legend, but I understand I could be overglazing Robert Whittaker. Whittaker is a legend of Moreno is end of this decision. Whittaker is a legend if Moreno is end of discussion. Thank you. Roid Rage, there is Roid Rage. I guess you're right. I'm talking about boxing. I'll consider getting a drop down, but yeah, UFC, you got to be out cold. Yeah. Why doesn't Pride count since it's basically just UFC since they own it? Because then it gets really fucking nitty gritty. So it's nice to have just a clean through line in the UFC or not in the UFC. I mean, post up all the fighters that you have listed already. Jeez, as legends. This is it. I don't know how to do this because there's so many names. I'd have to go through every single one of these and copy and paste all the names and make it a list. Maybe as we get more towards the end and we've got all of them done, we can circle back around and do that. Yeah. We still have to talk about Pantoja versus Chuck. By the way, chat, we still haven't decided if Jose Aldo is above Chuck Liddell. I think Chuck Liddell's higher than Jose Aldo. Bruce Wayne disagrees. I think Jose Aldo has got a really deep names of notable wins, and he's obviously got the title defenses. But I just think there's something about the quality of competition that Chuck was fighting, the legendary wins. I actually think Chuck is ahead of Jose Aldo. Not joking, chat. I actually think. I'd argue if you're top 5 of all time of any weight class, you're a legend. That's a good one. Yeah, if you're a top 5 of all time. Yeah. Dougie wants a pure UFC closed system. I do want a pure UFC closed system, yeah. When Dougie gets mad, the stream comes out of his ears. It's so annoying. Kevin Holland lost. It's true. I agree, Nacho. If you're a top 5 of all time in any weight class, you're a legend. Yeah, that's a good argument from Nacho. It's a toughie. Chuck has a lot more legendary wins that mean more, and it's also just the division that he is fighting in, I think, was a little bit more competitive, right? Aldo is definitely higher than Chuck, do you think? Aldo is above Chuck in overall GOAT, but Chuck is ahead on Dougie's gay system. Aldo versus Liddell is hard, isn't it? How many defenses does Chuck have? Chuck's got 5 title wins. I think it's 4 defenses. Chuck is responsible for Tito's CTE. He's above Aldo. I mean, that has got to go in. I'm sorry, but that has got to be a green note. That's got to be worthy. That's got to be noteworthy for Chuck. Hang on a second. That's got to be an intangible, right? That has to be an intangible. Come on. If that's not an intangible, what fucking is, boys? Gave Tito CTE. Gave Tito his CTE. I fucking love that. That is a good one. Aldo versus Liddell is hard. It is hard, isn't it? Aldo's longevity. I know. Chuck was a marauder. So what do we count more? Longevity or the division that you were in and just how hard it was to be dominant in it? Aldo is considered the featherweight GOAT by many. No, he isn't. Alexander Volkanovski is, with Max Holloway coming in second and Aldo coming in third. No, he isn't. Chuck is not considered the light heavyweight GOAT by anyone. That is true. The system is the system, but it's hard to put Aldo over Liddell for me. Not a robbery either way. Yeah, Chuck Liddell is chewing his gum somewhere right now. He is. Longevity. Chuck actually beat legends. Aldo only beat one. That's what I'm with on Nacho. It's the competition. Aldo is absolutely the featherweight GOAT. Stop coping. He's not. Alexander Volkanovski is. Chuck clears Aldo. I think Chuck clears Aldo. It depends on who we want more. It does depend on who we want more. I think Aldo sits in just behind Liddell. And above Izzy. Just in front of Liddell. Oh, the competition though. No, you know what? It's the competition. It's staying at the top for so long. I'm gonna switch actually. I'm gonna switch up. I'm actually gonna switch up. I think staying at the top for so long puts you ahead of Chuck Liddell. Yeah. I am gonna switch up. I'm shocked. I'm switching up. I'm putting Jose Aldo above Chuck Liddell. One spot above Chuck Liddell. Yeah. It just looks right. It just feels right. I've got to go off vibes. They're so close together, you've got to go off vibes. And that just looks correct. Having Jose Aldo behind Chuck Liddell just doesn't look or feel right at all. That looks more correct than having Chuck Liddell ahead. I don't know this list, and its rules are kind of confusing, but I do know one thing is that Khabib married his cousin. Chuck Liddell is in the top 5 white boys. Just do the fight literally at a catch weight. Both Conor and Chandler are close to 40. This fight has zero implications on anything. Yeah, they probably will, Cayman. They probably won't stick to a strict 150. It'll probably be a 170. Chuck beat Randy, Tito, and Vitor. They're 3 massive names. They are 3 massive names. That is true. The guys that Liddell fought are better. Okay. Is Faber the WEC GOAT? Shut up. Put some respect on Chuck's name. I have put a lot of respect on Chuck's name. Plus, he beat some of the legends twice. True, it's Liddell. Who says Chuck had better competition? I know. I mean, we all agree. Don't we all agree that the skill set is better at the lower weight classes? The Aldo glaze is fucking crazy. It's not crazy. He's one of the greatest featherweights of all time. Chuck is one of the lightweights. Well, he is one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time, but it's not crazy. Jose Aldo is fucking insane. He's deserving of the glaze. This is number 1 bullshit, brother. This is number 1 bullshit. Chat's not happy with the Aldo placement. They're not happy at all with the Aldo placement. I bet if we put Liddell against number 8, he wins. As we work higher up the list. Shit, maybe my dog is switching up on Chuck. Do a poll. It feels right is the gayest thing Dougie has ever said. Can you mew for me? What is a mew? Is that what the kids do with their jaws? What does Sean Woodson think about all of this? I don't know. I've set off bug bombs in the house. Feelings have no room in this testosterone-fueled live chat. That is true. MMA Fatty says UFC are going to strip Tom. I believe him. Super shotgun. Chuck avenged his loss to the legend Randy Couture twice. When did Aldo... Oh, hold on now, chat. This is how you argue a point. Fuck, Nacho knows how to push my buttons. I swear to God. Nacho knows how to push my buttons. Nacho gets how to argue a point on this channel. Chuck avenged his losses to the legend twice. When did Aldo ever? Oh! Usman is definitely higher than Izzy. I think we've got Usman higher than Izzy. I think Stipe Mochito should be higher. What are you saying? Chuck is better simply for dismantling Tito Ortiz. Aldo is the greatest featherweight of all time. No, he isn't. It's Alexander Volkanovski. Okay, well, I got skipped to this list. Sorry, Combat Catholic. How are you, Mickey Ward? Just a quick hello. Go to bed, Mickey Ward. Have a good night's sleep. The video is filmed. It will be coming out after this live stream. You can watch it in the morning. You're a bloody legend, Mickey Ward. Don't tell me Aljo is in the top 30. Obviously, Aljo is barely in the top 30, yeah. 2 Randy wins counts better than anyone Aldo has fought. Ooh. Chuck also lost to Tito recently. Yeah, who cares about that? Honestly, who cares about that? We already had a decision. We don't. Aldo was past his prime. Nacho knows how to whisper sweet nothings into Dougie's ear. It's true. Aldo had no chance to avenge his losses to Conor because Conor ducked him in the rematch. Then he was old by the time of Max. I don't buy that. Aldo went on to have success afterwards. And the Volk fights, it's an unfair comparison. Was he old, really? Was he really old? Was he really old? Really was he? Jose Aldo at the time of the Max Holloway fight, was he really old? Age at the fight, he wasn't old. He was literally 30 years old. He was in his fucking prime. You just pick his prime as when he was winning. No, he wasn't old. Dougie, don't let your Aussie bias misguide you. No, I won't. I'm not going to start preparing my argument for Volk to be in the top 3. You're going to need it below. Chuck losing to Tito was not in the fucking UFC. Also true, not in the UFC. He was old in fighting years, yeah, but he wasn't old. Super Shotgun speaks the truth. He wasn't. He was 30 years old. The Aldo Holloway fights are peak UFC. They are. At the time of the fight, of the Volk fight, he was 32. I know, and then he went on. I hate this argument of like Aldo was old, Aldo was washed. He had success after those fights. He had success before those fights. He had success after those fights. He just happened to lose to 2 better featherweights. It's just a thing that just happened. Aldo retired last year, exactly. Aldo wasn't older than Volk when my man... Yeah. We should put this to a vote, at least, and see the consensus. Then you can take that into consideration. I don't want, because the chat is a popularity contest. Dougie, you know that chronological age doesn't tell the whole story. It's about their fighting age and their mileage. Aldo was 15 years into his career by the time of the Max fight. It's a good point, Super Shotgun. It is a good point. But I do think the fact that Jose Aldo went on to have success afterwards negates that point. If he had gone on a Tony Ferguson slump, I'd agree with you, Shotgun. I really would. If he had gone on an Anderson Silva slump, I really would agree with you. But he didn't. He went on and he continued to have success. I think he was just beaten by 2 better fighters. Aldo is as old right now as Anderson Silva when he finally lost in the UFC. He was so young back in those fights, it's crazy people are trying to say he was old. I don't think 30 years is old. I think you're right, he had a lot of mileage, but I don't think he was washed. I vaguely remember something about Aldo's age being a lie, but I don't have any proof of that. Yes, he doesn't have a birth certificate. After all the losses at flyweight, Aldo moved down and literally got his way to a title shot. That's what I mean. Like, how can you say he was washed, but then he can nearly get a title shot afterwards? It's cognitive dissonance to me. That's why I said you could take it to consideration if you want. We could. He went on to have success in spite of being past his prime. He was just so skilled that he could still win. Doesn't mean he was still in his prime, but it doesn't mean that he was washed. Dougie, just because he had wins doesn't mean he was... I don't think he was in his prime, but I don't think he was washed. Like, I think he was just good. I think Aldo is really good, but I'm going to say what I said at the start of this argument. I think Jose Aldo is a Legends gatekeeper. He is the gatekeeper to the Legends. He's the gatekeeper to the Legends. Like, he might not have been in his prime, but he was still really fucking good. He certainly wasn't washed. Holloway and Volk were just better. And to go on to Nacho's point, Chuck was able to avenge his losses. Aljo wasn't able to avenge his losses. Your argument that he wasn't able to avenge his losses is that he was older. He wasn't too old. He wasn't too old. Yeah, but we're not arguing about his prime. We're not arguing about his prime. Shotgun. You argued that he was too old to avenge those losses, and I'm pointing out to you that he was indeed not too old to avenge those losses. He was just beaten by better fighters. He was 30. He was just beaten by... Max and Volk were just better. Aldo went on to have success afterwards. They were just better. Bilal's right. Aldo went on to nearly become a champion again in a different division. There we go. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Oh my god, this is the worst list of all time. Why did I say I would revisit this fucking list during the Christmas break? Oh my god. Why did I fucking agree to do this? Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. Alright, there he goes. Let me make sure I put Chuck Liddell back on the board. Why did I agree to do this again? I'm so fucking dumb. Where's Chuck? There's Chuck. I'll put Chuck back on the board. There's Chuck. Alright, Chuck's back on the board. Fucking hell. Woo! There's the list so far. It's killing me. There's the list so far. We're going to wrap it up here. Otherwise, I'm going to have a fucking heart attack. Not everyone just loses once they pass their prime. Past your prime means you're no longer at your peak. No, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, it wasn't a fall off. Estrogen rage. Shut up. Aldo had nasty leg kicks back in the day. That should bump him up. We should bump him up for leg kicks, should we? Volk is past his prime and he just beat Lopez. Exactly. Still having success afterwards. Dougie thinks a fighter has to go on a Ferguson fall off to be past it. I didn't say that. I literally said, this is why I hate arguing with you. Because you ignore what I fucking say to you, Shotgun. You ignore when I say we're just talking about the UFC. And you ignore when I spend 10 minutes talking about the difference between prime and washed. And that Jose Aldo wasn't washed. Just because he's past his prime doesn't mean he wasn't washed. I swear to God, you do it on purpose. If I ever see you, I'm going to put a fucking brick through your skull, Shotgun, and hopefully it fucking knocks some goddamn fucking sense into you. In Minecraft, on a Grand Theft Auto server. On a Grand Theft Auto server in Minecraft. Right. Dougie, you knew the door you were opening with this list. You know I'd be here spazzing out with autism, so don't act like this wasn't going to happen. I know. I don't know why I did this to myself. So we're counting nearly becoming champ now. We're just merely talking about it in the context of whether or not he was washed. Dougie is going to blow Shotgun's back out. Just put Chuck ahead of Aldo and move on. We're already taking years off life. Shotgun is getting close to involuntary manslaughter at this time. I know, we're done. We're done. Shotgun, I'm sorry. I apologize, Shotgun. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did Holloway wash Aldo? Aldo wasn't washed. It's a retarded coat by his... I know. I apologize, Shotgun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're getting emotional. It's my bad. Right, that's the end of the stream. I'm going to wrap it up here. I can't go on. I simply cannot go on, Chatterton. It's too much. It's too much. I appreciate you all being here. I love you, Shotgun. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to crash out so badly. Aldo wasn't washed. He just didn't face fighters as good as Conor, Max, and Volk when he was younger. Yes, I agree. Thoughts on Quaylen Sal Killed versus Malaki? That's fucking hilarious. Let's go Sal Killed. Dougie is mad that I would knock him unconscious. You might, BBC Junior. I doubt it. Dougie needs to roll one out. I do. Roid Rage. But we just got to the top 10 W stream. I'm happy you guys enjoyed it. We have now gotten to the top 10. Fake news, Nacho. Prime Mendez was better than all of them. He would have beaten Conor. Prime Mendez is not better than Volk. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Prime Mendez isn't better than Volk. What are you saying? What do you mean? I told you overglaze the old fighters too much, Shotgun. Prime Mendes is not better than Volk. Old Wash Mendes gave Prime Volk a great fight. How is that not still pro Volk on the come up? How is that Prime Volk? Would Prime Volk not be TKZ Holloway 3 Volk? 2014 Mendes runs the table. Oh my god. How is Volk not even in the top 10? I mean, we'll see how things pan out. It's not over yet. Aldo's done. Coming up next week, or coming up tomorrow and Sunday, Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor. We've done Pantoja. Frank Shamrock, GSP, Islam Makhachev, Anderson Silva, Mighty Mouse, John Jones, and DC. The Untangibles are really going to start to pile up. The Untangibles are really going to start to pile up. This is all that is left, boys. There is a few spaces left. Alex Pereira is... Why is Conor even there? What do you mean? Of course Conor should be there. Prime Mendes. Prime Mendes, thanks for the laugh. I know. I was just doing try extensions and nearly fell over from shotgun. Prime Mendes destroys Volk. Okay. Oh, boys. I've got to release a video. There's a video out now. Close that. The video's out now. Where are my videos? Public. There we go. That video's out. Boom. Beautiful. There we go. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Tomorrow there will be a Memes video. The meme video is filmed and ready to go. Today's video is filmed and ready to go. Go and enjoy today's video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a live stream, or Sunday for a live stream. I need to go for a fucking swim or a run. This one really took it out of me. I need to be better prepared for as we get into the top 10. As we get into the top 10, if this is where we got to with Jose Aldo, I don't even want to know what the fucking top 10 is going to be like. Whew. My poor neighbor is in for it. I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Dougie is breaking off all of his spare drywall. Mate, you can all laugh all you want at Prime Mendes. He would have beaten your favorite fighters in at least 15 years. Okay, I'm talking about Silva. Prepare your arguments. Silva, Volk, Khabib, John Jones. Aldo was a tricky one. People forget Prime Mendes. He would have destroyed Alexander Volkanovski. Good stream, Dougie. Keep up the rage. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.